Get ready to get ready. Coming to you live from the MFG studios in the heart of America's summer golf capital. We help you play better golf. It's time to get your game on and take it deep. This is the Mike Fay Golf Show. Here's your host, Mike Fay.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to America's Summer Golf Capital. I'm Mike Fay, the Director of Player Performance here at the Boyne Golf Academy in Northern Michigan. And tonight, this is golf's most interactive online show. We're so happy that you guys joined us. We're streaming live right now on Facebook, Periscope, YouTube, and we even got a little watch party going on Facebook. Joining us tonight, live from St. Clair, Michigan, the one and only Mr. Frank Costello. How you doing, Frank?
Good evening, Mike. Good evening, Brent. I am doing wonderful. I'm a master PGA professional. I'm the teaching professional at the St. Clair Golf Club in southern Michigan, where we have about 5 inches of snow and temperatures in the 20-degree range.
Yes, and very cold here in Michigan. How is the weather over where you live, my friend?
Well, g'day, Mike. I'm Brent Davis here, Australian PGA professional, and I'm enjoying a little bit of rain at the moment, which I'm not complaining about, because as we've discussed in the past, those fires are pretty ordinary around down in Australia at the moment, so this rain is definitely helping. So for the first time, I won't complain about being a little bit cold and wet.
Perfect. Well, that sounds good to me. We had a ton of snow here, didn't we, Frank? All across the state of Michigan over the last 24, 48 hours.
That's for sure.
Got about a foot up north and digging out. And like you said, temperatures around high of like 20. I was out there snow blowing and it was like 11, which wasn't fun. And but it was nice, though, because it had some sunshine and not much wind. We want to know in the comments, you guys. We see that Mr. Wilson has joined. Welcome, my friend. Scott Barnaby, Mr. Nagy, Mr. Brown has joined. Welcome, you guys. Mr. Polikoff, Mr. Hassey is on. Welcome to the show tonight. We want to know what the weather is where you guys live and put it in the comments. On Facebook, we're watching right now, and these other guys, let's see here. Brent, we're going to watch Periscope tonight, too?
Yeah, there's a few on Periscope there, which
fantastic.
is good. Fantastic. So comment through there when you want to, guys.
That's always good. Should we get into the lineup for tonight?
Let's see what we're talking about.
Awesome. Very cool. For those of you guys that don't know, our show is sponsored by Tifosi Optics and Hack Motion. So tonight's lineup is sponsored by Tifosi Optics, and there it is. The first thing on the lineup as we start, we've done this for the entire NFL season. Gosh, we only have, I think, a couple more weeks of this with My Team Stinks. It's kind of a play on words because we usually talk about our home Michigan Lions stinking it up, but tonight we're going to talk about NFL playoffs, and in the earlier game we saw the Chiefs just smash them in the second half. Any of you guys out there watch that game? That was really, really impressive. The run that Mahomes made from, I believe it was, 27-yard touchdown, I think, was impressive. And they are going to Super Bowl, which is pretty cool. Frank, what is the report over in Green Bay, my friend? Or for the Packers, it's what? They're in San Francisco right now. What's the report?
The report is 34 San Francisco 49ers, 13 Green Bay Packers.
Now,
and I love it, Mike.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. I want to see the Packers just get throttled. I hope Billy Post is not happy, and I want to see all those cheeseheads go down.
Oh, that's so good, Frank. That's so good. Oh, my. That's the best. That's exactly what I was looking for. Yes, in case you guys don't know, if you're watching us from around the world, the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers aren't big fans of each other, you guys. So, yes, It's too bad that the Packers aren't playing Packer ball today, but we'll see. And you'll just say it was third quarter, Frank?
Fourth quarter.
Fourth quarter.
Yeah. Yeah. Early start of the fourth quarter.
Okay. Very, very cool. Brent, we want to talk to you today about your new podcast. You got one episode out, right? How's it going, my friend?
Yeah, we have. We've got two out, counting my little short introduction. But Coaching Uncovered is the podcast, and the first full episode launched a couple of weeks ago on a Wednesday, Melbourne time, and the feedback's been generally good. Everyone seems to like the first interview I did with Scott Williams, who's an exercise guy that we've had on this podcast in the past as well. And he had some pretty cool comments and some good chat about exercise and fitness for golf and how he goes about his training. And we have the second episode coming out this Wednesday with yours truly. So we've got Mike Fay on this next episode. So I'm tipping my subscription might drop a little bit after we get Mike on the show, but we'll see how it plays out.
Oh, it was an honor to be on with you, my friend. You asked me some tough questions too, you know.
Always fun to get you chatting and talking about how you go about it and how you do it. And I think we got some pretty cool stuff. I think it was really cool comment. I think you said it, and it comes up in the promo clip I just put out on Twitter, which you can see at Coaching Pod if you want to follow me on Twitter there. About the fact that we've spent so much time together working on this podcast and working online with different things, and haven't ever been in the same room together face to face. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I've never seen Brent face to face, but we're very good friends, and you've been, what, 2012? 2013?
Yeah, that's when we first started, I think.
Yeah.
First started doing some stuff on your websites, and it just shows how the world's changing and how you can get access to world-class coaches without having to travel and do those things these days. So we've hit a few big-name coaches up to come on the podcast as well. So hopefully Andrew Rice will come on. Just spoke to him recently, and a few other high-profile guys as well. So it should be pretty cool.
Very, very nice. Like you said, I want to let everybody know about this new endeavor that Brent's got going. It's not necessarily golf, guys. He's going to have coaches from all over the place, which is pretty neat.
Yeah, I've hopefully got a cricket coach, which will certainly appeal to the American market, but some AFL, Australian rules football coaches as well, hopefully on at some stage as well. So we get some people from outside of the pure golfing industry, and even some business coaches as well. So it won't be pure sport coaching. So I've hit up PGA J, who's got his own podcast as well, does some small business stuff out there, and he's keen to come and do a show. So hopefully we'll get him talking about some small business ideas as well.
He is a busy man. I've followed him for a while. He's very busy. So everybody can follow you on Twitter at Coaching Pod, right?
Yep, Coaching Pod on Twitter, Coaching Uncovered on Facebook and Instagram. You can find it there. You can email me at coachinguncoveredpodcast@gmail.com. So there's plenty of ways to get in touch with me. So
that's awesome.
And we've just launched the episodes will be on YouTube as well. So you can find the episodes of full recordings on YouTube at Brent Davis Golf YouTube channel.
Very, very cool. Love it. Well, we got some check-ins here. Watching on, Mr. Hughes, welcome, my friend. Let's see. Checking in. Mr. Smith, welcome. Mr. Fell, welcome. Awesome. Thank you guys for watching tonight.
Just quickly, Mike, while you're doing those check-ins, I did see when you put up the list of things that we're covering tonight that there's one thing not quite there. No Hellman's top 5.
That's correct. It's very, very painful. I have to announce that Hellman won't be with us tonight.
Well, why don't we have the Brent Davis top 5?
Okay. Well, why don't we? We can do that.
But I just thought it's about time you finally cut off the weakest link of the podcast and got down to the A team. So I think that was absolutely perfect call there, Mike. Well done.
Yes, we are sorry to announce Mr. Hellman is not available tonight. He is on his way to Orlando and for the PGA Merchandise Show. And we'll definitely get reports from him about the show and all the stuff going on. But he did inform me a touchdown and it's 80 degrees, and he gave me the raspberries. So while we were dealing with the snow, but he made it down there and traveling because the storm was quite big and it was tough. And as he always does, blames me for sending him lots of snow. So, but he got out of there, which is good for him. Pretty happy about that.
I'm
For
sure
sure.
you'll have a great time at the PGA show. I'm very jealous that he's there and I'm not, so that'll be a pretty cool week for him, I'm sure.
Yeah, have you gone down to the PGA show, Brent? Have you ever been?
No, I haven't. That's certainly on my list of things to do. So at some stage, I'll be over there to check out. I see all the education opportunities and all the different presenters and all the people there that are displaying their wares, and think that would be a really cool place to be. But yeah, unfortunately, haven't been there yet.
Yes.
That might be a good place for all of us to meet face to face.
Yeah, it's a fantastic place to do that. For those of you that are watching us live, if you've been down to the PGA Merchandise Show in Orlando, we want you guys put in your comments about what your favorite thing is to do the week of PGA Show week. That way we can talk about it a little bit more. Frank, that's one of my favorite things to do is catch up with people, just what you said. And
it is a great place to do that. A great place for networking. It's a great place to look at, not only new products, but products that have been on the market before and, are in their product cycle. So it's just definitely a week of just intense golf.
It is. Anything and everything in the game of golf is presented at the National PGA Merchandise Show in Orlando, you guys. It is really, really cool. The demo day is fantastic at Orange County National, where you can try all the new equipment and all new training aids are introduced, as well as get to learn a lot, too, from a lot of very, very talented instructors who are there doing different clinics and things like that going on that you can take advantage of, which is pretty neat, where you probably can't see these instructors in person. You can see them there. Like you were saying, Brent, the learning opportunities for golf professionals is fantastic for sure. But when you think about Callaway launching this driver a week before the show, instead of at the show.
I think it's a bit of chat going prior to being able to see it in person. I suppose that can't be a bad thing. They've obviously got some data behind that strategy. I'm sure there's ideas behind it, but getting it out there in the public eye so people can put their hands on it prior to actually seeing it at the show, I don't think it's a bad thing.
Right.
I'm sure Callaway have their reasons for doing it beforehand. Or should they just screw up the dates and then put it out there too early by mistake?
Oh, I think it was done on purpose.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, does that tend to get people heading to the Callaway stand because they've already seen this brand new coming out? So instead of sitting around at the show holding off to see what's launching, they're already aware that Callaway's got this new one out and head straight to the Callaway stand. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
it is a good marketing technique. I mean, really, when you think about it, because that's what they're trying to do is drive traffic to their booth. So people, now that they've seen the product, now they want to look at it, feel it, touch it, and order it possibly. So I thought it was a good marketing technique.
Yeah, pretty good. Well, we just had on the show Jeff Massini from Slope Grade. And that's going to be launching, so I'm pretty excited for him. And that product, that looked pretty cool, didn't it, last week, guys?
Yeah, it did. I think he's got a good thing going. I hope he sells a lot of that product at the show.
Yeah, I hope so, too. I think it's going to help a lot of people read putts better and play better golf and take less time playing golf, too. And that's something we really didn't talk about last week, did we?
No, and I mean, that could be a really good time saver for reading greens and getting yourself prepared to putt.
Right.
So how does that stand up putter go about speeding up play then.
Yes, we need to get into the stand-up putter. Let's I think I got a picture of this deal. Let's show this thing. Here it is right here. So for what tournament was this at here, Frank?
Smoltz, John Smoltz is using that. That Smoltz right there was one of the like the celebrity tournaments, and that's a Bloodline putter. It's called.
Mm-hmm.
It has to slow down play. If you're standing up there and checking it and going back behind and checking and going back and tweaking it and coming back and checking it again, it has to slow down play.
Well, that's the whole thing too, Brent, is a lot of people thought it's illegal, but it's really not. What I'd like to do is read a response from the USGA to concerns about the putter's legality. The governing body allows self-standing putters to assist a player in taking a stance or to point out the line of play only when the putter is placed right next to the ball as it is intended to be used, which is basically what you see Smoltz do in that video clip there. So what he's doing is perfectly legal. The putter is legal. For those of our viewers that were wondering, can you do that? Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Wow.
Interesting.
Do you think the USGA is going to start figuring out how to not have the automatic putter?
Well, my guess is, again, this is like certain things. They're going to keep a close eye on this. I mean, it's only January right now, and I'm sure they're going to see, is it going to catch on? Are a lot of players going to do it? What's it going to do from a timing perspective, especially with the tour, going into their new pace of play rules starting, I think, in April. I'd have to look it up again, but I know their pace of play policy has changed, and is this going to affect it? And it possibly could. We're going to keep an eye on it, and I'm sure the USGA is keeping an eye on it.
Yeah. No doubt about that. I don't know. That's a tough one. It kind of looks like Rodney Dangerfield,
Yeah, it's got a little Caddyshack to it.
It does.
Gun sight down it and all sorts of things, you'll be right.
Yeah. Lenny Zamora, welcome, my friend. He says this is a new way to combat the caddy standing down the line.
Okay.
Interesting take on
it.
Yeah,
that's interesting. That's a good perspective.
Mm-hmm. Very, very cool. For sure. It is quite interesting. You guys put in the comments below, what do you think about that? The stand-up putter action from Bloodline. And what effect will that have on pace of play and the rules of golf and things like that? Could be very, very interesting to go back and look at it. I think it's going to be, if it is ruled that it's okay, it's going to be very helpful.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't be.
Yeah. See where you're aiming at. I know I stink at aiming. I got to be told that where I'm going. Can help people aim better.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Has to be slower, though. I don't care what anyone says, it has to be slower.
Well, I don't know.
Front, what I think might slow it down is if when you first put it down, it's not adjusted correctly. So what do you got to do? You stand behind, you look, you see it's not adjusted right. Now you got to go place it, replace it and put it on the line that you want it on. So yeah, it conceivably could take a long time, or it could add to the time that it takes a person to make a putt.
Yeah, and that's my biggest concern is it takes 3 or 4 goes to get it to the right spot. So that would be a concern for me.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to open, some controversy here. So it already has. So.
Yes, it has for sure. It's definitely something to talk about. There's no doubt about that. Let's check in on Periscope here. What we got going? Got some viewers on there. If you guys are on Twitter and got Periscope locked in, you can watch the live stream going on there, which is pretty cool. And on YouTube as well right now, live. So, Frank, I think that putter, if they don't rule it illegal, is here to stay. Could be helpful.
Very well could be, Mike. I'm anxious to see if any tour players use it. I'm sure everybody's going to be keeping an eye on this, especially the ruling bodies, and we'll see what happens. But typically, if you start seeing tour players use it, it's going to be around for a while.
Right.
Yeah.
Never know. I think they have the folks, from what I've heard, at Bloodline that designed it have a pretty good pedigree behind them. So
and I'm sure other manufacturers are going to start building them too, as well as just Bloodline. So we'll see what happens here.
I think it could be fun. Eventually you could have a push button putter. Just push a button and it's over. You guessed wrong.
Be a tour player then.
Well, everything evolves and everything changes, and technology just keeps moving on. So, why not in the golf industry as well?
Yeah, there's no doubt about that for sure. No doubt about that. Well, I think that it will keep moving on. There's no doubt about that. Let's check in on Facebook here.
Got a few on Periscope. Keep chatting, guys.
Very nice. Mr. Grunt says, "Hey, is it spring yet?" It's not spring yet, Mr. Grunch. Keith Grunch is a head professional at Charlevoix Country Club, and he has put out some fantastic videos. Very, very funny man of hitting golf shots. Just want to make that statement because he is a funny guy. Thanks for joining us, Keith.
Mike, speaking of videos, you might want to tell our audience about some of the ones you put up this week on MFG University and Mike Fay Golf. I thought you put up some outstanding videos this week.
Yeah, there's some new ones, you guys. If you have not seen them, let's see. Let's go through it here. Instagram, well, and as well on YouTube. First one to talk about is a person that we're going to have on the show here shortly. He'll be on is Bob Krause. Bob is a WDIV in Detroit personality. He is their golf expert for the NBC affiliate in Detroit, and I am his swing coach, so I'm pretty excited about that. And he is going to be trying out for the Champions Tour this year, actually, for qualifying school. And we got Bob's swing up to 124 miles an hour, so I'm very excited about that. And he has done a ton of work on his body downstate with the trainers. Those guys are doing a good job, and he's working hard at it. I'm very proud of him. So that is one of the videos we showed off. And then from a golf instruction perspective, some of the stuff that you'll be able to see in MFG University. Turn left when you are hitting it left. Frank, let's talk about that video a little bit.
Okay.
Remember that one. It just seems to me when the club face gets too closed, the body stops, and we end up flipping our hands to get the club to the ball. What do you guys think about that? See it a lot.
Yeah, we definitely see it a lot, Mike.
Yeah.
I mean, predominantly, most of the players we teach are going to slice it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have too many people hitting it left, but the majority of the players we work with tend to flip it, get the face open, ball's moving left to right, you know. So some of the things that you're putting out on your videos are really helpful to the viewing audience, especially if they're slicers.
Right, exactly. You know, and when you back up like that and try to keep your club path, or what should I say? You back up like that and you don't turn your body and you flip your hands to get the face closed to fix your slice. It really doesn't fix your slice, does it?
No.
No.
No, it just enhances it.
It does. And we just have to get our body moving and turning left. So that it's like everything is the opposite in golf, and that's what at times is painful to try and figure out the game, right? That when you're hitting it left, I'm telling you to turn your body more left, which is weird, but it fixes it because it helps the club face and helps your club path, which is good. It's really good.
It certainly does. I use that feeling a lot with my players, and if the body stalls, something's got to get the club back to the ball, and then generally in the arms and the hands, and by overuse of those parts of the body, it becomes inconsistent and becomes really hard to get good strong ball flight. So turning left through the ball is definitely a good feeling to have for most players.
It is, for sure. And the other video we put out this week is the tee contact drill. What did you think of that, Frank?
I liked it a lot for chipping. I mean, I thought it was fantastic, Mike. Especially, tee in front helps you keep the ball a little lower. Tee behind, you get it up a little higher. But you talk about your wrist angles, how you want to come into those shots. On the first one, you want to try to keep, the club low. On the second one, you want to try to use the bounce in the club a little bit more. I thought it was really, really good information, especially on a part of the game that most of our players tend not to spend a lot of time on. I tell my players, putting's 43% of a round, chipping's 13% of a round. So 56% of a round of golf is around the green, but half the time we can't get our players to work on short games. So I thought those were two good short game drills. In fact, if you don't mind, I'm going to steal them.
That's fine.
I tell you, I like the fact that you weren't stiff and stilted when you were playing those chip shots, Mike. It was not all about. You hear a lot about being stiff and control when you're playing those chip shots, and I teach a bit of body pivot through a chip shot and keep that body soft and moving a little bit. I certainly enjoyed that you were following through on those chip shots with a bit of freedom rather than just trying to use just the arms and the hands.
Yeah, I think that sometimes we get scared around the green, right, guys, and we tighten up and all that stuff. And one of the things I encourage all of you guys to do is actually move more. You have to move way more. Not only the club, but your body more than what you think. Yeah. And your body needs to start turning and moving. And I'm a big fan of that. Those couple drills are really good for improving contact and understanding it, and understanding that you can hit a ball high in the air off a really tight lie if you use the bounce. But you use the bounce the right way, and not to be scared of it. Because when you get on a tight lie, everybody wants to go grab a 7-iron or a putter or what. I mean, I've seen guys putt from 25 yards off the green because they've got no chance because it's tight. But this drill seems to help people a lot understand what their hands have to do and what their body has to do when they hit these certain shots with a high lofted club around the green. Sometimes that's the only shot you got, right, Frank? You got to go high sometimes.
Sometimes you have to, and you have to have you have to have that variety of shots in your toolbox.
Right, and you're right. No one spends enough time on it. Not even close.
No, they don't. They just don't practice it. But that short shot from 25 yards with the putter isn't a bad option in Australia sometimes on those sandbelt courses.
No, it's not. As long as that you don't have bump as you come into the green.
Yeah, that's it. But again, if you haven't got that choice and you have to go high, then you certainly have to get around that technique.
Yeah, sometimes you don't have the choice, so you got to kind of figure it out. I mean, I'm a big proponent of using a hybrid too when when you got to bump through the fringe. That's a big deal too. But, you know, I think the more and more we can talk about short game and getting you guys hitting these different shots, the better you get at it.
Really, and that's where a lot of the creativity in golf comes too, you know, around the greens there. And a lot of times we've forgotten about that. And the players today, it's so much, bomb and gouge that we've lost. This is just my opinion. I think we've lost a lot of the creativity in how we play the game. You know, just how far can I hit it now?
Right.
Yeah, I do agree.
No doubt about that, for sure. Well, that video, along with hundreds more, can be seen on MikeFayGolf.com, on MFG University, our online school of golf, you guys. Let me see if I can put it up here. And this is MikeFayGolf.com/MFG University. You guys can sign up there. We've got yearly enrollment and monthly enrollment in our program to learn the game of golf, which is pretty cool. There is things on there for beginner golfers. There's stuff on there for advanced players. There's use of some of the highest technology that you can get in the game of golf to help explain certain things to you guys. There's a whole ton of drills like we were just talking about on there. So yes, the tee contact drill is the newest video that we put out on YouTube, which is pretty cool, just to show you guys a taste of what MFG University is all about. So there you go. Cool stuff. Brent, we're waiting for some videos to be put on there from you, my friend. I'm excited about it.
I'm in the process of putting together a periodization one. So to be a bit of a long one, but it might be of interest to more of the serious players to give them a bit of an idea about what they should be doing at different times of the year, if they're training, whether they've got a tournament coming up, and what type of practice they should be doing. So that's coming shortly, in the process of doing that as we speak.
I think that's going to be fantastic. I think it's also going to give... I don't think it's necessarily for an expert player. I think it's kind of for everybody, don't you think? I mean, they have to understand that it just doesn't take... It's not magic to get better at golf, right?
Yeah, for sure. And I think it's good for the average player to realise that they shouldn't be focusing too hard on swing changes just prior to a big tournament if they've got a tournament coming up or a competition coming up. So I'm putting that together as we speak. So there'll be some resources included in that. So if you templates that certain players might want to use, so that'll be coming shortly.
That would be very, very cool. Steve, welcome to the show tonight. Thanks so much for checking in. Casey, welcome to the show. Yeah, I'm excited about that. That's good stuff, Brent. We're gonna learn a lot from that. Very, very cool. Frank, how is the shoulder coming along, my friend? If you guys didn't know, Frank had shoulder replacement surgery, and seems to me you're looking really good, my friend.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm feeling good, Mike. I still have a limited range of motion, and I haven't even started physical therapy yet, but I'm feeling better. There's some stiffness in the shoulder, and it's on the weak side right now, but the surgery was just 8 weeks ago, and the tendon that they had to rip through needs to heal completely before I start doing anything that's going to create, above my head movements or behind my back and things of that nature. But I feel really good. I don't have that constant pain in my shoulder and my neck like I used to have with the way it was. So I'm really happy I went through the surgery. It's a 6 month to a year recovery, but that's okay. I'm prepared for it. I'm ready. I'll be as good as new.
Yes, you're going to be out on the links here. Are you hoping to be able to play this year, or they say no?
Yeah, I can play. My surgeon feels I should be able to play by late May, early June. So everything's healing the way it should. Like I said, I'm just really interested in getting into the physical therapy aspect of this, but that's still probably a month and a half away.
Okay, cool. Brent, any of your players go through some sort of serious surgery that just like Frank did, and how did you handle it?
Yeah, no, I haven't had that experience, thank goodness, either personally or with any of my players. So I've been fortunate enough that just about all of my players I've coached have been fairly injury free. So, but certainly over here I've had experience coaching all abilities golfers, and sometimes you've got to make adjustments to coach those type of players. So pretty cool experience I had was coaching a stroke patient. So this gentleman was in a wheelchair and could only get out of the wheelchair for 2 or 3 shots at a time, but was only swinging with a single hand, couldn't use the other hand, so had to make adjustments coaching those type of players by building. We had to build an extra long, extra flat club that was ultra light, so he could swing it with a single hand. So I haven't had that experience with my full-time students, but certainly coaching those type of golfers, you have to make tweaks to your coaching strategies.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
That's a great topic, Brent. I think maybe one of these weeks we should talk about working with players with disabilities and how we handle those situations and how you try to find balance points, how you try to deal with the fact that they have limited range of motion and movement. One of the things that Brent just brought out is how you can adjust the club to fit the player. I mean, those things are all very necessary when it comes to giving these people some enjoyment. You know, that's one of the great things about working with players with disabilities is just seeing the joy that you can bring them when you can help them hit a golf ball or you can get them to do something like that. I mean, it's probably one of the most rewarding things that I've ever had to experience as a teacher. And, you know, I highly recommend that all of us professionals at some point in time maybe take a class or maybe just talk to somebody about how you work with players with disabilities, because it's just rewarding from a personal standpoint to see people smile, have fun, and accomplish something when, you know, maybe this disability was caused by a major accident or something of that nature. You know, that's a really good topic, I think, for a discussion sometime on the show.
We will put that down for sure. It is extremely rewarding to watch that happen. We've shared a number of different stories on the Mike Fagoff Facebook page, you guys, about that, overcoming things. And golf is a very difficult game, and when you can play it, that's really, really cool, you guys, really cool. John says, thoughts on Super Speed Golf Training Kit. Any of you guys use Super Speed stuff?
I haven't used the Super Speed stuff, but obviously speed is a part of our training when we're working with our students, so it's very important, and I'm a proponent of it.
Yeah, I would tend to agree. I've seen that we use the swing sticks down in our centre, and I've been through the coach training. It's certainly worked for students that I've coached, and I think it's a pretty valuable tool for most players. Some pretty good training protocols in it as well.
Yeah, I think it's really, really good. Go for it, for sure. Mr. Dixon, welcome to the show, my friend. Awesome to have you on tonight from Northern Michigan. It's good stuff. Well, do we have anything else we want to chat about? We got to get
Mike,
back.
I want to bring up one more topic that I hope we can discuss a little bit more in the future, and that is golf really growing? And if it's not, why not? And what can we do to help get it growing? Because everything that I'm reading is it's still stagnant. We're not seeing any kind of appreciable growth. We're seeing more golf courses close than open. I think that would be a really good topic of discussion, and I think we would probably get a lot of participation from our viewing audience on their opinions of that.
Okay, cool. We'll add it to the list of topics, you guys. We get a lot of our stuff from emails. You can email me at mike@mikefagolf.com. Topics and things that we want to talk about while we do the live stream, you guys. Don't be shy. Talk about anything. I think that is a super topic to talk about, Frank, for sure. So send out an email about anything and everything. You can leave a comment here during the stream, too, if you want to talk about stuff. Mr. Zamora is live. How you doing, my friend? Awesome to have you on. Mr. Black is live. He just came on. Cool. Thanks for coming on. Let's see here. What is the score, Frank? You got an update on the score? Is it over?
I can get us an update.
Yeah.
Here pretty
Is
quick.
it over? You guys
I would
online?
think
Is
it
the game
should be.
over?
Could be.
Do we have someone going to the Super Bowl from the NFC? Is it going to be the 49ers? They're in the lead when we started.
37-20 with a minute and 59 seconds to go.
Oh.
The San Francisco 49ers are up. And it looks, let's see. Yep, 37-20 with a minute 59 left.
Okay. 37-20. Well,
Go 49ers.
Go 49ers, yes. I was very excited to see Jerry Rice on the sidelines during the game earlier. That was exciting. It's like 1980, 8 all over again.
Yep. Joe Montana.
Mm-hmm.
Ronnie Lott.
Mm-hmm.
Dwight Clark, the catch.
Yes. Sure was fun. First Super Bowl at the Silver Dome, right? It was 49ers and Bengals, right?
Yes.
Boomer Esiason playing, and I don't think Ickey Woods was on that team. Was he on that team, you guys?
I can't remember. I'd have to look at a roster, Mike. I don't remember. I don't remember if Ickey was playing then.
Yeah, I can't remember if Ickey was on that team or not, but he sure was fun to watch, too. I watched a documentary last night, Frank, speaking of sports, and it was about Mark the Bird Fidrych on MLB last night, and it was fantastic.
Several times. One of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Detroit favorite.
Yes. Favorite around the country, too, for 1976.
Oh, he had a fantastic year.
Yeah, he did. He was pretty awesome. So, Brent, you'll have to look him up. He was the bird, and he talked to the ball, and he talked to everyone. He was very, very interesting.
Brent, he was really cool, too. He would fix the mound. He'd come down and he'd scrape dirt and make sure that his landing spot when he was finishing his motion, was just right. I mean, he had long curly hair. I mean, he looked like Big Bird from the TV show. So that's kind of where he got the name from. But man, he could just throw it. I mean, he threw that real hard fastball. They talk about when some fastball pitchers have a hard feeling ball when it hits the glove, or they have kind of a soft feeling one. He had that hard fastball that when that hit the catcher's glove, Bruce Kim knew it.
Oh yeah, no, he was so much fun. Oh man,
he was. I mean, it was electric in Detroit because the team that year wasn't really that good, and on a typical night, they get maybe 15 to 20,000 people, but when the bird pitch, they'd get 44 to 45,000. And it didn't make any difference if they were playing in Detroit or if they were playing in New York or Boston. When he went to the away games, their home people, those home crowds got elevated just because they knew he was pitching that night.
Yeah, he was such a character too. I mean, he was on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine, Brent.
Yeah.
Yes, just so you know. And he was something else, and died way too young. Way too young.
Back in the day when pitchers actually pitched 9 innings, and you didn't have 5 pitchers pitching a 9-inning game. It's absolutely. I'm sorry that we're on that tangent, but I do not believe in that. I think that is absolutely ludicrous. I want to see a pitcher go 9 innings today, and that doesn't happen anymore. Back in those days, complete game. A pitcher might throw 20 to 25 complete games in a year. Now, if a pitcher throws 2 to 3 complete games in a year, that's a big deal.
Well, one of the things that ended the thing that ended his playing career. I mean, it was only 4 years, I think, 4 or 5. Brent, think about how far along medically we've come in sports. Okay. He pitched with a torn rotator cuff for 3 years.
Yeah.
Right?
Scary.
Scary, right? And they had no idea what was wrong with him. Think about it. They couldn't have the MRI. They didn't know what was wrong. And he had a torn
They didn't know
rotator
he
cuff.
had a torn rotator cuff until 2 years after he retired from baseball.
That's right. Think about that.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
It is.
And
That's
yeah, Mark the Bird Fidrych. You guys out there, if you remember him, say hello in the comments. Yes. Character. Very exciting in Detroit sports. Well, do we have anything else to chat about tonight, gentlemen?
No, I think we've covered the gamut here tonight.
Yes, we have. We've covered the gamut. I don't know if Hellman will be back next week, but we miss you, my friend. And
Speak for yourself, please.
we'll see. We'll see.
He's not here. I'm giving him a hard time. I don't care. He's not here to
That's fine. That's
defend
fine.
himself. I'm giving him a hard time.
Guys, thanks so much for watching tonight. You guys stay warm wherever you are. It is a cold night tonight, and we'll see you next week. Have a good one.
See you guys.
See you guys.